So I'm back again with another video, and today we'll be talking about Mercury in Leo. These people who have this Mercury are very expressive. They're very open and very honest about how they feel and what they're thinking. Because if you think about it, the sun is the outward expression. It's the ego and it's the identity. It's your creative self-expression. And so the sun rules Leo, and so people with this Mercury placement are gonna want to express themselves as much as possible, no matter what emotion it is, or no matter what thoughts they may be having. They're very expressive of them and very showy and demonstrative of what it is that they're thinking or feeling. So you can expect them to be very open, honest, and also very creative in the way that they express themselves. These people oftentimes are drawn to the arts, drawn to creative self-expression, to dance, to drama, to acting, theater, music, anything, painting, fine arts, anything that allows them to express themselves, express their emotions in very dramatic and showy ways. And if it can be as colorful as possible, then they would prefer to do that. These people are very big thinkers, and they like to see the bigger picture of things because they are a fire sign. Leo is a fire sign, so they're very big picture thinkers, and they can kind of get lost in the grand idea of things, the grand scheme or view of things, this just the bigger perspective, and so they might lose interest, or they just might not be in tune with the finer details. So this can lead them to be a little bit impulsive, be a little bit rash in their decision making. But no matter what decision it is that they make, Mercury and Leo people tend to be very faithful and loyal in their decisions. So once they make promises to you and once they say something to you, they're not likely to change their mind about it. They're very steadfast, and they tend to just stay the same path no matter what other people say. If they make up their mind to do something, or if they make up their mind about a certain person or situation, it's hard for somebody else to change their mind or persuade them otherwise. They're very strong with their opinions, and they can be loud with their opinions because, like I said, they do have this need and this urge to express themselves through in a big way. So those opinions and those beliefs that they hold very strongly to are going to be very much seen and very much seen by others and outwardly expressed by the person with this Mercury placement. These people really take pride in the words that they say and their own beliefs and opinions, and they really take pride, and sometimes it can lead to them actually being prideful because Leo is a very proud sign, and they're all about royalty. They're about feeling entitled and feeling like the top dog, And this is going to really leak into the Mercury placement of this the Mercury placement in Leo. And so because they can be prideful, they might always think that what they say is always going to go, and what they say is like the law of the land. So this can be one of their faults. Like whatever they say goes, and whatever they say, everybody should agree with, because they're the king, they're the queen. Everybody needs to follow them, and everybody needs to pay attention and follow what they say. This placement can also mix for some very amazing storytellers. I know a few people who have Mercury and Leo who are, like I said, they're very expressive and very colorful with their language, and they like to express themselves in ways that will get them attention. And so when you see a Mercury and Leo, or when you experience them telling a story, even if it's just something like boring or like very routine or just something about their day that happened, they can really like dress it up to make it sound so interesting. And so they can make it sound really interesting just with the way that they talk about it. Like they'll be very big with their gestures, and they'll use this um, they can be a little bit exaggerated in the way that they describe things, just because yeah, they do like the attention, and they do um, like to have everyone listening to them. So they are gonna like kind of like up the kind of dress up the story a little bit, just to have that flair, to have that like extra spice, that extra flavor of excitement. So because Leo is a fixed sign, they're going to tend to think in very set and steady patterns. So they're likely to form conclusions based on what they've seen in the past. So they really don't like unpredictability when it comes to like their surroundings and just the things that they deal with or see or experience like on the daily. So Mercury and Leo can make people very big thinkers and very big planners. Um, Not so much like the structure and organization of a plan, of a particular plan, but more of like the general idea, like the general vibe. So let's say if they wanted to travel, for example, they're gonna think of like the best case possible scenario, and they're gonna be very like idealistic and dreamy about it, and it can be a little bit unrealistic in the way that they think, because they don't consider like the finer details. They don't consider how they're gonna get there, how much it's gonna cost, what when they get there, like are we gonna have a like where are we gonna stay, or like they can be a lot more they tend to be more spontaneous than that. So they'd rather pass off the details to somebody else, like a Virgo, or like somebody who's more of a planner or an organizer. So Mercury and Leo, they do tend to think big. They tend to um, concern themselves with just the bigger aspect of things, the bigger picture. Um, they're good at inspiring others with their words, because they do have a powerful presence, and they do have a powerful voice, and a voice that is an opinion, and a voice that is just very inspiring to others, and very like it energizes them, and they speak with such enthusiasm and fiery language that it just energizes people and motivates them to kind of agree with them, and they can be very powerful speakers. They can deliver a speech like nobody else can, because of their very presence, and just how confident they are in their speech, and how much they believe in the words that they speak. It's very rare to find Mercury and Leo person who is kind of like wishy-washy about what it is that they believe, or what it is that they're trying to communicate. Like they're very loud, proud, and clear. And so this can make them really good. They're really good at giving speeches and giving like motivational pep talks. And so they can make great coaches because of that. These people can be very entertaining to talk to, and having a conversation with them, especially when they're like in their happiest of spirits, it can be extremely fun and entertaining to talk to them, because, like I said, they just make the best storytellers, and the way that they describe things is just so out there and so larger than life. These people speak as though they can tell stories and express themselves in ways that make you think that they have like this amazing and grand life. Yeah, they have a way of dressing up their words so that it makes themselves look good. Mercury and Leo can be very concerned about how they speak and the way that they come off, so they can be very careful, or it might not seem like they're careful because they speak so loud and proud and very fiery and energetically, um, but they're very careful about how it is that they come off based on how they communicate and how they express themselves. So um, while they may exude so much confidence and so much energy and self motivation and just so much creativity, like deep down they might have um, a little bit more of an insecurity about the way that they come off. So because of that, they're going to be very careful about how they express themselves, and how the type of words that they choose to um, show off their. And overall, I think Mercury and Leo can just make very big and bold statements that it makes them really hard to resist. It makes it hard to like not it makes it hard to not believe what it is that they're saying, because they're just so powerful in the way that they say things that it's like they just have this very powerful and bold way of communicating that just brings people on their side, and it makes people turn to them as a leader. Because when you have the confidence that they have in the way that they speak, it it really draws people to you, and it is very attractive, very magnetic, and so it makes it look like you know what you're talking about, even if deep down a Mercury and Leo person is very unsure about what it is that they're saying, or they don't have necessarily have all the facts or evidence to support what it is they're saying. It's like just the way that they come off and the way that they speak makes it sound like they're so confident, and they believe so strongly in what it is that they're saying. It's hard to resist what it is that they believe, and so you tend to just agree with them, because they can be overpowering in the conversation. They can be controlling in their communications with other people. So I think that about wraps it up for Mercury and Leo, and I'll see you again for another Mercury sign video. Thank you.